How do you know people sincerely like you? When was the last time you had a one-on-one communication with someone face-to-face? Is it hard to catch the attitude during a Zoom meeting? Have you misinterpreted someone's intention because of a culture? Okay, I had enough questions. Now here comes my real question. In the past 30 seconds, did you mimic any of my gestures, my facial expressions? I hope you did, because that's the way I know whether you like me or not. Today, we're going to discuss the chameleon effect using some interesting study results. The chameleon effect is the mimicry of other people, such as the postures, the facial expressions, maybe even the accent. It is unconscious, unintentional, and passive, just to match the other people in a social environment. Like a chameleon, this unconscious mimicry plays an important role in human evolution. From the initial survival, that evolved to serve as social function and to foster relationships. In terms of the mechanism of why it is happening, researchers demonstrated that the chameleon effect is through a perception-behavior link. The mere perception of another people's behavior can automatically increase the likelihood of engaging the behavior of oneself, no matter it's between friends or strangers. Mimicry facilitates the smoothness of the interaction and increases the liking of the interaction partners. These positionally empathic individuals are more likely to engage in chameleon effect. Certain people with impairment of social emotion process, such as autism, were less likely to mimic the facial expression automatically. Nonconscious mimicry is selective to the content. Researchers found that the initial liking of the interaction partner will lead to higher likelihood of mimicry, which in turn increase the partner's liking of the mimicker. So it's a reciprocal process. The second condition of selective mimicry is in-group versus out-group. Researchers found people are more likely to mimic the behavior from in-group members rather than out-group members. Even the pre-verbal infants show the same effect. For instance, a study found 11-month-old babies are more likely to mimic the facial actions of native rather than foreign speakers. It can also be applied to people who are perceived as excluded. The engagement of non-conscious mimicry can help address their threatened belongingness needs. Future research confirmed digital chameleon effect in immersive virtual environment. So participants were interacted with embodied artificial intelligence agents. Compared to those avatars who had pre-recorded movement, if they are mimicking participants' had movement with the delay effect, they are perceived as more persuasive. They also received more positive traits ratings. Even the participants are not explicitly detecting the mimicry. Data show that the automatic mimicry from computer algorithm can actually use to increase social influence. But to note, there are different ways for mimicry. When you talk to people face-to-face, you can mimic mirror-wise, which means you're moving on the same direction absolutely, and anatomically, which means you're moving the same direction compared to your body. And in this study, researchers used an embodied virtual agent again, and data showed when mimicking mirror-wise, the agent was rated more positively, while when mimicking was happening anatomically, the rating was more negative. We have discussed the mimicry between the interaction dyads. How about the observer's perception? Because in most scenarios, the interactions are witnessed by the third-party observer. Studies found that people who mimic other people are perceived as less dominant and more submissive compared to the person that's being mimicked. The first one is submissive chameleon. Research also confirmed that an individual is perceived as less competent if you mimic the wrong person, for instance, an unfriendly person, compared to you don't mimic the person. This demonstrates a reputational cost when you mimic the wrong person. Right now, we're having so many online meetings and you're interacting with people on the computer. What do you think about chameleon effect in this online meeting environment? Thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you enjoy it.